particular license agreement?
Yeah, let me finish the other aspect you just asked. So the 2 days, yeah, you could still be on ground without flying that aircraft and apply. Maybe you came in, your business requires you extending your period of stay. Yes, so you can still be on ground while you're applying. So it could be assumed that he's processing his documents, for an extension and things like that.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that once it expires, you go and bundle the aircraft out of the country.
Another thing they raised was that they weren't aware. I mean, they say that they purchased the aircraft and they were going through the process of registering it in the name of the River State government, and that they're a little surprised that all of this came to them through the media, and they didn't know about that until the media carried the news.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that aircraft from our file here does not belong to River State government. From what we have, the aircraft is still not under River State government. There is no document to that effect. And then if an aircraft is to come in, they have an agent. They deal with it. Then the agent comes, does the filing, send it to the appropriate authorities. Because we don't do this alone.
If you allow me comment, you won't talk about agent, DJ. Isn't that why Calverton was also mentioned? What's the role of Calverton helicopter in all of this?
Yeah, that's an interesting aspect. When we went through our books, we saw Calverton as the agent, and so when this news broke, and we're just trying to find out, well, for a governor being on board, some of our dignitaries, we had to be careful, we have to give them their respect, So we made contact with Calverton. And you won't believe it, Calverton came denying responsibility for that. So that's another aspect of the whole story. So, and then we got a little bit worried. Why would Calverton, deny, having any dealings with you when we are having your documents right here saying you are the agent?
Yeah, because they say that the aircraft is being operated through a local operator, Calverton Helicopters.
Yes.
And Calverton, you say, denies that.
And they wrote us.
But that's not
Calverton
correct.
has written NCAA.
I have the letter here with me.
All right. Who approves the operating license of this aircraft?
Oh, this is not operating license for now. We are
importation license, I beg your pardon.
Importation license.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes to the ministry.
Okay, so as we speak, has that been approved yet?
I'm not in the ministry. I have not got anything to that effect.
Because River State government released a statement saying they bought the aircraft, and they bought it in the first instance to preserve value and provide ease of operation and sourcing of available pilots. And so the aircraft has been operating in the country since October 2012. Is that correct?
October 2012.
That's what the statement
No. If I'm right here, we started documenting this particular aircraft January or so. They've been coming with some other 2012, October 2012.
That's what the statement
operating
reads.
into this country. I don't have such. Maybe I'll have a look at the documents we have here. I think this started sometime in January. This particular aircraft.
I still want to stay on the Calverton issue. If Calverton met you on the 29th of April in a meeting and they claim to have denied, or you claim that they denied ownership of that particular document which the River State government has given or shown to the world, that they are operating that on their behalf. What should be done next? Did you contact the River State government when Calverton denied that they had nothing to do with that particular documentation?
Honestly speaking, I don't have any reason to contact River State government because I don't have any document here, relating to them for now.
In all of this we're talking about, there's nothing that traces ownership to the government of River State.
Not in our documents, sir. Not in our documents.
Not to your knowledge.
Well, that's my
I think we should also ask, when it was discovered that the license had expired, did you get through to the Bank of Utah? Was it the Bank of Utah you got in touch with, or was it the media?
No, because that document here says I deal with the agent.
Yeah.
This is the guy that is supposed to have brought in this aircraft as an agent to a client anyway. So I need to make contact with the agent. The agent is Calverton. So that is where we are now.
Okay, not the owner, because I remember that Mr. Dati was here. He did say something about not dealing with the River State government, but dealing directly with the Bank of Utah.
Yeah. Well, if we go further, that is the people. First and foremost, we have to get the agent, because we didn't deal directly with the owner. We are dealing with the agent. That's my own thinking anyway. So when I get the agent, he explains to me who his client is, or makes contact with his client.
So in the case that the agent has now denied that they have nothing to do with it, would you get in touch with?
Well, it becomes a security issue, because NCAA does not give this clearance alone. It goes through security clearances and all that, so we've made our submission to my supervising ministry to say this is what we found out.
So is the aircraft allowed to fly now?
No, you cannot.
Until what happens?
Well, until the issues are sorted out. Until the issues are sorted out.
What's the term for that? Because, sometimes always say the aircraft has been grounded. NCAA says, no, it's not been grounded, but it can take off. So what's the technical name for that?
Okay, no, I actually made a statement to say as of the time they were inaccurate. Yes, it was not grounded.
But as we speak now?
Yes, as we speak now, you can't get clearance to go until we sort out these issues.
So it's been grounded now?
That is the official term for it.
And you say we have to call in the security to look at those documents. You think that the documents were forged if Calverton is denying that they were not from their office?
Well, this is beyond me. I don't do security. So mine is to do a memo to my supervising ministry to lay the facts to them, to say this is what happened. Because when they submit this document, it goes through a whole gamut of processing. It's not only domiciled.
How many private aircraft do you oversee? I'm not talking about the number. Do you do the normal check to see if they truly have valid documents to fly in our airspace? Because if an aircraft has an expired document as far as April 2, and we just discovered only recently, it means we just might have so many flying aircraft with no documentation in the country, isn't it?
No, I tried to explain that earlier. I said, if you apply for a clearance for maybe 2 weeks, and for any reason your business now wants to take you maybe a month, and you're still on ground here, you don't need to go out and come for us to do that for you. All you need to do is apply for an extension. And if you qualify for an extension, yes, it will be given.
Okay, so not that there's a statutory provision or room or extension granted automatically to allow you regularize your papers.
No, if you're here, and could we use the visa issue? Maybe you get into a country and your visa is expiring the next day. You could go back while you're still in that country to say, please extend my visa. I still have business to do here. If you do qualify, yes.
It's very interesting. It's like granting a visa to somebody and then the person now says, well, I'm not the owner of that passport. That's basically what it seems like Calverton is doing. The question would be, who did the NCAA grant the license to? Or the clearance to?
Who processed the clearance? Who processed the clearance for the aircraft to come in?
Who did, according to the records of the NCAA?
Yeah, we have a Calverton document here.
That processed it?
Yeah, we have Calverton documents.
So isn't it curious then that they're writing to deny that?
It's very curious indeed, to me. And so what do? You do a memo to your supervising ministry, but eventually take it up. I think the security outfit that process this along with us will get to know about it as well and do something.
This aircraft is N-registered?
Yeah, that's America, yeah.
Okay, but we also understand that there are other aircraft in the country at the moment that are also N-registered.
Sure.
So how come then they don't seem to be facing the same challenge?
Well, they are not facing because they are adhering to the terms of their clearance.
All of them.
Well, unless we find out somebody else who is violating. This is not the first time that, these operators do violate. We had, instances where ARIC, even